Okay, verse number 1. You want to repeat after me? Please do so. Jnanam karma cha karta cha tridhaiva guna bhedatah prochyate guna sankhyane yathavat shrunutanyapi. Okay, jnanam, knowledge, karma, work, cha, also, karta, worker, cha, also, tridha, of three kinds, eva, certainly, guna bhedatah, in the terms of different modes of material nature. Prochyate are said. Guna sankhyane, in the terms of different modes. Yathavat, as they are. Shranu, here. Tani, all of them. Api, also. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki. According to the three different modes of material nature, there are three kinds of knowledge, action, and performer of action. Now hear of them from me. Something. Purport. In the 14th chapter, the three divisions of the modes of material nature are elaborately described. In that chapter, it was said that the mode of goodness is illuminating, the mode of passion is materialistic, and mode of ignorance conducive to laziness and indolence. All the modes of material nature are binding. They are not source of liberation. Even in the mode of goodness, one is conditioned. In the 17th chapter, the different types of worship of different types of men in different modes of material nature were described. In this verse, Lord says that He wishes to speak about the different types of knowledge. Workers and work itself according to three material modes. Yeah, so we have four verses to cover, so just like a few brief comments here and there. So jnanam karma cha karta cha trividha gunabhedatah prochyate guna sankhyane yathavat shranutani abhi. So Krishna, of course, Krishna is the speaker, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, and this is 18th chapter, is concluding his speech, his conversation with Arjun. These three modes of material nature were dealt with separately in one chapter, 14th, and again in chapter 17th also. There are mentions of these three modes of material nature. But here in 18th chapter, Lord is going to be speaking a lot more, in fact, about these three modes of material nature. These three verses, well, one that we read and three more, they will be talking of the jnanam, the knowledge in three modes of material nature. Knowledge in goodness, knowledge in passion, knowledge in ignorance. Okay, then next three verses, which would be dealt with, I think tomorrow or the following days. Krishna will be talking of the karmas. You can see, jnanam karmam cha karta. So he's going to be talking about the karma of activities, actions of three kinds. Action in mode of goodness, action in mode of passion, action in mode of ignorance. And the third topic which is mentioned here is the karta, the doer. Again, the following three verses, Lord will talk. The doer in goodness, passion, and ignorance. And then he will say, now I'm going to be talking about two more topics. Intelligence in three different modes. Intelligence in goodness, intelligence in passion, passionate intelligence, ignorant intelligence. Means no intelligence. And then he will be also talking about the determination in three modes of material nature. Determination in goodness, determination in passion, determination in ignorance. And then finally he will be talking about the happiness in three modes of material nature, goodness, passion, ignorance. Like that, starting with this verse 19 through, I was just looking at it while coming here, all the way to 45 or something. This is all about the three modes of material nature. In fact, more. And then he talks about the Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, that is also Brahmin in goodness and passion, Kshatriya, and like that. This little passion, little goodness, Kshatriya, then very little goodness, more passion, little touch of ignorance, Vaishya, and a lot of ignorance and hardly any goodness and some passion also. That is Shudra and their activities. So this chapter has 78 verses. Maybe 1/3, I can just approximately 1/3 of the verses are a speech of Lord, the song of God is dealing with the three modes of material nature. Which is goodness, passion, and ignorance. So that's a lot. Maya, this is Maya. There's a Krishna and these three modes of material nature, that is Maya. Devi Esha hi Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya. You remember that Krishna's statement says, Devi Eshahi Gunamayi Maya. Maya, which is Gunamayi, Gunamayi. Mayi means full of. Anandamaya, full of Ananda. This Maya, that Maya, Annamaya, there are different phases also. So, Gunamayi means full of gunas. And these are the three gunas, Sattvagun, Rajagun, and Tamagun. And then Prabhupada explains this. These three gunas, three modes of material nature are like three basic colors, which are what? Green, red, yellow, and one more. Blue. So when you mix them, from 3 you get 9, you get 81, you get more multiplications, so many varieties of colors, Sometimes hundreds and thousands of colors. And this is how, through these three modes of material nature, the whole world is governed. And this is what Lord says in Bhagavad Gita. Maya Dhyakshaena Prakriti Suyate So Chara Chara. I am the Adhyaksh. I'm the superintendent. And so through his Prakriti, his external energy, which is Gunamayi, Maya, these three modes of material nature. And this Gunamayi, Guna also, Srila Prabhupada translates that as the robes. Guna also means qualities. One meaning is quality or characteristic of goodness and of passion, of ignorance. And as we just read, and they bind the soul, conditioned soul. And he is conditioned. And then these robes are here or here, and we think we are acting independently, but there are robes, unseen robes, and like a puppet, everyone is meant to act. And as we just mentioned, small or kind of complete list of what Lord is dealing with, different items, 3 mentioned in this verse: Jnanam, Karmam, Karta, and then Buddhi, the intelligence, and the determination, and the enjoyment. This is how the whole world is under complete control of the Lord. Prakritehe kriyamanani gunai karamani sarvashaha. Prakrite kriyamanani gunai. Gunai means by the gunas, through the gunas. Prakrite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvashaha. Karmani, activities of sarvashaha, of all the living entities, are governed by gunai, prakriti. Prakrite kriya, prakrite of prakriti. Prakriti's gunas, qualities, these 3 modes of material nature. The whole world is governed, but ahankara, vimudatma, not only mood but vimood. Not ordinary mood, but first class food. Karta aham iti manyate. Lord is Of course, choosing the words, karta aham iti manyate. He thinks I am the doer. He only thinks, Lord. Manyate. He only thinks he is the doer, but he does not know he's meant to do this and that. He has no choice. He's fully under control. Say that three modes of material nature could influence even one's knowledge. Knowledge in goodness, knowledge in passion, ignorance. Your very knowledge, you're thinking in mode of goodness thinking, passionate thinking, ignorant thinking, or full of ignorance thinking. So activities originate in thinking. They start with the thinking. Of course, something else does happen before he even begins thinking, and that is all the surroundings and personalities and whatnot is influencing him. And dhyayato vishayan pumsam, as person contemplates on what he's seeing, hearing, smelling, touching, and this, dhyayato vishayan pumsam, dhyayato, as he contemplates. As one thinks, then with that thought, and this is mind's function. Next is thinking, feeling. Oh, I feel good. Temperature goes up. I feel bad. Comes down. We look forward to the heater in winter, and we look forward to cooler in summer. So all these factors, they make us thinking, feeling, and then willing. The will is developed. And where there is will, there is then way. Intelligence joins in, cooperates, and gives, I have idea, good idea. And we get into Budabas. Is Marathi man say. So jnanam, if his knowledge or very thinking process is governed, then the karma is going to be performing different varieties. And how they become varieties of karmas? Because of this three modes of material nature, different mixing, more of this, less of that, touch of this. These three modes of material nature. Because no person is only in goodness. My goodness. Maybe it's good. Most of the time is good, but then he also turns bad. And his actions are passionate or ignorant. And there's a whole rivalry, Krishna explains, three modes of material nature. The goodness subdues other two, and it becomes dominating for a while, and then ignorance may take over and push other two down. And then comes, every dog has its day, as they say. all these three fellows competing and taking over. So in person, a lot of time his activities are in ignorance, then he becomes ignorant. But he may also do something good sometimes. You know. So this way, everyone is, their knowledge is different, their karmas are different, they become different. Then those doers become different because their intelligence is different. Their determination is of different quality, and their joy and their suffering is also different, more, less. In the world goes on. Srila Prabhupada is mentioning three modes of material nature, and 17th chapter. The Lord talks of the different mode of worship. Devan devaijo yanti pitrin yanti pitrivrataha bhutani yanti bhuteja yanti madhya jinopi mam. Remember that what Lord Krishna said. So Devan devaijo yanti, those who worship demigods, they go to their abode. And this worship of demigod, this is in mode of goodness. Worshipping forefathers, pitrinyanti, pitrivrataha, this is action in passion. And bhutani yanti bhuteja, bhutani yanti bhuteja. Yanti means they go. Yati means one person goes. Yanti means many persons go. It's plural of yati is yanti. Yato yami tato nasina. Wherever there's Narasimha, I go. Yato yami, aham yami, I go. But he see it goes yati, and they yanti, plural of yati. Ya means to go, and then from that. So devan devajo yanti, those who worship demigods, they go to their abode. Those who worship forefathers, and that is mode of passion. And those who worship the bhutas, pishachas, the tantrics in South India or in South Africa, lots of ghost worshippers. So this activity, this mode of worship is in mode of ignorance. So worship is in different modes: goodness, passion, ignorance. But yanti madhyaji nopima, yanti madhyaji. But those who worship me, yanti madhyaji om, madhyaji nopima, they come to me. So, and immediately this is transcendental activity. So if we understand a little bit, there's a mode of ignorance, mode of passion, mode of goodness, then we could understand even this term transcendent, to transcend, to go beyond the influence of these three modes of material nature. The transcendental diary of Harishauri, or transcendental, there's something called TM, that's transcendental meditation. To transcend is becoming free from the influence of these three modes of material nature. not bound anymore, transcendental, free, liberated, free to go, fly back, free like a bird. And he is now headed. Krishna said, Gunamayi Maya, Maya Durataya, Mama Evai Prapadyante, Maya Metam Tarantite, Mam Eva Hi Prapadyante. But those who Mam Eva, this Eva is very important with purpose. Lord has used the word Mam Eva, me and me only. Acharyas explain when the Eva is used, full stop, period. Nothing else. Stop thinking. Don't go be Eva. Harir Nama Eva. Nama Eva Keva. Nama Eva. Harir Nama Eva Keva. Name only. Mam Eva, those who surrender unto me. Mam Eva Prapadyante. Mayam Etam Tarantite. Taranti, they become liberated, transcend. So, and that Krishna has also talked in the, I think, 17th chapter. Srila Prabhupada used to quote that verse all the time. That Mam Jayo Avyabhicharena Bhakti Yogena Sevate Samatitya Etan Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate. That those who worship Mam Chayo Avyabhicharena. Yeah, it's Ananya Bhavena. No one else. They are very chaste. They don't go here, there, this demigod, that demigod, this party, that. Avyabhicharena Bhakti Yogena Sevate. Then Sagunan Samatitya. So that person, Sagunan Samatitya, by transcending the three modes of material nature, Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate. He becomes Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma, Na Sochati Na Kankshati. No hankering, no lamentation, first of all, about the past. No hankering for anything else. They are just there with Krishna and they are just happy. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma. So this way, Lord, we could say that this is study of Maya. Then you could say, Neti, not this is not Krishna, not this, oh, this is Krishna. So there is but two parties, Krishna and Maya, and third party is us, in fact, in between, Tatastha. This Upanishad recommends the study of, what is that? Vidya, Avidya also. Study of Vidya and Avidya. The knowledge, and you also study ignorance. You should be well versed in ignorance. Not doesn't mean you're absorbed or you're influenced by it, but you are a student and you can immediately detect, oh, this is Maya, I know. And then you could avoid Maya, transcend Maya. Okay, so this verse was like an introduction to the following three verses. Lord is opening the topic and he says, now Shrinu, listen to this. Arjun, I'm going to be talking about the Jnanam, Karmam, Karta, Gunabhedataha. And now you will be talking in the next verse. Verse 20, Sarva Bhuteshu Enekam Bhavam Avyayam Ikshate Avibhaktam Vibhakteshu Tajjnanam Vidhi Satvikam. That knowledge by which one undivided spiritual nature is seen in all living entities. Did I read it right? That knowledge by which one undivided spiritual nature is seen in all living entities, though they are divided into innumerable forms, you should understand to be in mode of goodness. Okay, that person is in mode of goodness. A person who sees one spirit soul in every living being, whether a demigod, human being, animal, bird, beast, aquatic, or plant, possesses knowledge in mode of goodness. Like that painting somewhere in Bhagavad Gita, that Panditaha Samadarshana. There's a painting with yogi and a elephant and dog eater and a dog also. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavihastini Shuni Chaiva Sopakecha Panditaha Samadarshinaha. The Pandit means learned, knowledgeable. Panditaha Samadarshinaha. Pandit has a samadrishti, he has an equal vision. And as we are reading here in the purport, there are different bodies, this body, that body, that verse Krishna says. Even Vidya Vinaya Sampanna Brahman, that is one body. Brahman, his qualities are mentioned. Others, the elephant and the dog eater, they are just mentioned. But Brahman's qualities are also mentioned. The Brahman, what kind of Brahman? Vidya Vinaya Sampanna Brahman. Vidya, knowledge, and Vinaya, humility, equipped with this quality, that is a Brahman. And well, first he acquires, I was going to say it, as he acquires knowledge, he becomes humble. How does one become humble? By acquiring knowledge of his own self and supreme self. Because Vidya Dadati Vinayam. Vidya gives humility. Vidya Dadati Vinayam. Vinayad Yati Patrata. And the humble person, he becomes eligible, patra. He could become eligible candidate to receive Krishna consciousness. He could retain Krishna. If he's given Krishna, he will retain, he will maintain, hold on to that Krishna because he has become patra. He has become qualified and eligible candidate, recipient of the mercy. So Vidya Dadati Vinayam. Yeah, right, Khan. there's a proper cultivation of knowledge, then one becomes humble naturally. A lot of times it is the contrary. As they acquire knowledge, the Brahmins are very proud of their knowledge. Proud. And they begin the hatred, all this, you Shudras, you untouchability. In India, the Brahmins very proud. Hey. So looking down upon others, and so much hatred because knowledgeable, Brahmin. No. So this is knowledge is not properly cultivated. So some kind of ignorance gets cultivated, and they continue to remain in bodily concept or upadhis, then they don't become free from upadhis. Sarvopadhi vinirmuktam tatparatvaina nirmalam. They don't become nirmal. Okay, I'll continue with the purport. What page is this? In all living entities, one spirit soul is there, although they have different bodies in terms of their previous work. As described in the 7th chapter, the manifestation of living force is in every body is due to the superior nature of the Supreme Lord. So in every body there is a body made up of 8 different material elements, and then there is a superior energy that is soul. So the external energy comprising of 8 elements, that is Bahiranga Shakti, and then there's a living entity, Tatastha, marginal energy. Thus, to see that one superior nature, that living force in every body, is to see in the mode of goodness. So this is the vision of the person in mode of goodness. He's able to see through the covering of this material body. And that is how he has equal vision. Otherwise, what is in an elephant body and a dog body, what is common? The huge, the small hill. The elephant is a hillock. Tila, this tila, that tila. And dog walking next to the elephant is this tiny. You could make 20 dogs just from one leg of the elephant. So there is no comparison externally. But the Panditaha Samadarshina, person knowledgeable, learned, person in mode of goodness, Prabhupada is mentioning here. He does not see the body, he sees the soul. And that is how Samadarshina. The soul, he sees the soul. And so he has an equal vision. The living energy, that living energy is imperishable, although the bodies are perishable. Differences are perceived in terms of the body because there are many forms of material existence in the conditional life. The living force appears to be divided. Such impersonal knowledge is an aspect of self-realization. So discover yourself. Youths in India, they have a course called DYS. DYS? Discover yourself. Well, you are in the body and you discover, uncover, this is matter, this is matter, this is matter. You are not the hand. Srila Prabhupada used to give this. I'm not head. I'm not stomach. I'm not feet. Okay, then if you are not hand, then let's cut off your hands and throw the legs also along with the hands and the head and the rest of the trunk of the body. Where are you? We keep saying, this is my hand, my hand. I'm not hand, it's my hand. So this is aham and mama. Aham and mama. Me and mine. In English we say me and mine. So me is the real self and this is my body. I am in the body and this is my body. Deha and Dehi, the body and embodied soul. So this is part of the self-realization. Think we could move on? 6:30 already. What happens? Okay. It's your order. We'll follow. Pratakvena tu yajnanam nana bhava pratak vidhan veti sarveshu bhuteshu tajnanam vidhi rajasam. That knowledge by which one sees, that in every different body there is a different type of living entity, you should understand to be in mode of passion. The knowledge by which one sees that in every different body there is a different type of living entity. You should understand that person to be in mode of passion. Okay, let's go through the purport and try to understand this. The concept that the material body is the living entity. Material body is Haribo, Gaur Hari. You are all with us. So, that with the destruction of the body, the consciousness is also destroyed, is called knowledge in mode of passion. So they don't see the soul, they just see the body. So there's no equal vision because, of course, the bodies are different looking. Soul is a common factor. The person in mode of goodness, learned Pandit, was seeing the soul, so he had equal vision. But now the person in passion is not seeing the soul, he's just seeing the body, and then there's so much variety, variegatedness. But there's no unity in diversity. Although so many living entities are there, they're all connected with the Lord, they are united with the Lord. But this party, passionate party, doesn't see the soul, they only see the external covering. Yashasti buddhi purnapetri dhatuke. It's another famous verse, which Krishna spoke. Prabhupada used to quote this all the time. Yashasti buddhi. Once again, Krishna talks of buddhi. You'll be talking about buddhi in three modes of material nature. So this must be in intelligence, in passion. Yashasti buddhi purnapetri dhatuke. One who thinks that this body made up of three dhatus, three elements, kapha, pitta, vayu, that is myself, is me, so that is. And then, of course, towards the end, he has said, this party is no better than go khara. This is go, this is as good as dull-headed bull, or it says cow. Sometimes we think we are offending in saying a cow. A person is compared with a cow, or then donkey. Donkey is okay, fine. It's dull-headed donkey, but then so go means bull, go means cow. It comes both, but good also. So it's a person who is intelligence. In fact, there's different about buddhi. He says yashast buddhi kunapetri dhatuke. My body is the self, or dehatma buddhi. There's another word. Deha atma buddhi. My deha, my body is my atma. Dehatma buddhi. This kind of thinking. My body is myself. My deha is my atma. Dehatma buddhi. Yashasti buddhi kunapetri dhatuke. And then swadhi, and my people are swadhi kalatra adishu. Kalatra, wife, adishu, and etc. wife, byproducts, and this, that. They are my. I'm the body. I am the body, the soul. I am the body, and all these other bodies are my bodies. Swadhi, swa, they belong to me, swadhi. And bhaumi is jadhi, another dhi, another intelligence. Bhaumya, bhaume in fact, in Saptami. Bhumi, from bhumi, earth, comes bhaumya, the land where I am born. Ijjadhi becomes worshipable. So different kinds of intelligence. Yashasti buddhi kunapetri dhatuke is thinking my body is myself. Kalatra adishu, wife and others, they are mine. And the land where I have taken birth is worshipable. Bharat Mata Ki! And India goes on. So much proud, and of course Pakistan Mata Ki is also there. So for everyone, motherland. That become worshipable because there's so much attached. And then it continues. Krishna was speaking in Kurukshetra, in fact, when Krishna had gone for the holy dip at the time of sun eclipse, and Krishna was camping out with Dwarka Vasis, and at that time sages, sadhus and mahatmas, saints came to Krishna's camp to visit, to greet him. And Lord, that time he was addressing all the assembled sages, and this verse he said that time. And then he said, Yat tirtha buddhi salile nakarhi chit The people go to the place of pilgrimage, and all that they think is salil means water. Where is the bathing kund? Where do I take bath? And that's all that they think. And as soon as I have taken bath at the holy place, my pilgrimage is over, complete. Which way the train station? I go back to my. So the pilgrimage boils down to just taking bath. Tirtha buddhi salilayena karashit na janeshu abhigeshu. But they do not approach the jana, the learned sadhus there, who are abhigya, knowledgeable. Those who are knowledgeable sadhus, they do not meet, sit at their feet, and they don't try to learn about Dham, Mahatmya, greatness of Dham, the pastimes of the Lord, or all these topics. But they just take bath and run away. And this is their Tirtha Buddhi, Tirtha Yatra, pilgrimage. So these parties are compared with the go and khara, the cow or a bull, and especially asses. So this is a passionate person's vision. I'm always on the wrong page here. Is that? No, not that one. Okay. Thus, to see that one superior nature, is that no? Am I in the right place? No. I think we are dealing with the next verse. Purport. The concept that the material body is the living entity, and thus, with the destruction of the body, the consciousness is also destroyed, is called knowledge in mode of passion. Yeah, same. When body is finished, that fellow in Moscow, Kotosky, had said to Prabhupada, Swamiji, when body is finished, everything is finished. What are you talking about? This rebirth business. And body is finished, everything is finished. And he was not the only one to think like that. There are millions around the world think just like him, which is also philosophy of one famous Muni called Charvak. He also was thinking like that. Bhasmi bhutasya dehasya kutaha punaragmano bhavet. When this body is turned into ashes, kutaha punaragmano bhavet. Who has seen the rebirth? These Hare Krishnas always talk and they scare people. Forget it. Yavat jivet sukham jivet. And while you are around, just enjoy. Yavat jivet sukham jivet. But I don't have money. Rinam kritva gritam pibet. You could borrow, steal. Make sure you drink ghee. Charvak money. Yeah, using ghee for cooking is an enjoyment. At least being Muni, he's talking about drinking ghee, not boiled drinking, not boiled ghee, but use the ghee for cooking. At least he's mentioning ghee and not mentioning wine, drink wine, which also is so much propaganda about that. So the passionate person, when the body is finished, everything is finished. According to that knowledge, the bodies differ from one another because of development of different types of consciousness. Otherwise, there is no separate soul which manifests consciousness. So this is the scientists again, the chemical combination, and they have their way of explaining how consciousness develops. There is no soul, soul's consciousness, Krishna consciousness. Within the soul there is a Krishna consciousness, soul's consciousness. But they talk of the body is soulless, there's no soul, but still there is some consciousness. So it's all different chemical permutation, combination, and chemical action, reaction, and some symptoms of life are developed, and they are temporarily there up until the existence of the body. And the body is finished. Of course, soul wasn't there, so what is going to take rebirth? There's nothing that would take birth again or reincarnate again. Punarjanma of what? If there's a soul, then soul takes another body. So to begin with, the body was just a lump of matter, and then with the death it is all gone, finished. Such a simple and foolish, ignorant, passionate explanation. So a passionate person, this is his knowledge. We're talking, Krishna is talking about the knowledge of person in passion. The body is itself the soul, they think. There is no separate soul beyond the body. According to such knowledge, the consciousness is temporary, or else there are no individual souls, but there is an all-pervading soul which is full of knowledge, and this body is manifestation of temporary ignorance. Or beyond this body there is no special individual or super soul. So all varieties of theories and presentations these passionate fellows come up with. Prabhupada is mentioning a few of these, and Darwin's theory of evolution is also there. All such conceptions are considered products of mode of passion. And one more to go. We go forward. Yeah, it's okay.
Moving forward or moving down?
Faster. Yattu Krishnavat ekasmin karye saktam ahaitukam atatvartha vadat alpa chattat tamasam udaritam. And that knowledge by which one is attached to one kind of work as the all in all, without knowledge of truth, and which is very meager, is said to be the mode of darkness, which is just the opposite of knowledge, right? Knowledge and ignorance. Knowledge is light. Knowledge and light goes together. And ignorance and darkness goes together. So there's the knowledge of ignorance. The knowledge of a person in mode of ignorance. Ignorant. I think like that. He is ignorant. Means he is ignoring something. Or he is ignoring someone. Like there's some function and some people, he was right there. He just ignored me, He just ignored me. As if I did not exist. He just ignored me. Ignorance. So these ignorant fellows, basically they are ignoring what or who are they ignoring? Who are they ignoring? The answer is very straightforward and obvious. So as person ignores, he just ignores Krishna. He is ignorant. It's full of ignorance. Full of darkness. Krishna Suryasam, the very famous, that goes on the top of the back to God. Krishna Suryasam, Maya hai andhakar. Godhead is light and what is that? Naissance is the darkness. So two opposite, two extremes is light. Godhead is light, and Maya in this form. The introduction of the ignorance is all darkness. It's full of darkness. And then in darkness you don't see anything. Right? Everything exists. These lights are turned off. We will continue to exist, but we will not be seeing each other. I was just watching a drama, Janmashtami drama. There was a Krishna, one playing role of Krishna, and then there was a seeker of truth, God. This person, seeker, is addressing God. But why we do not see you? Why don't you show us yourself? आप दिखते क्यों नहीं? Why don't we see you? And then Krishna was explaining, because of ignorance or darkness caused by ignorance. He is there and the whole world is there. And there's ignorance or darkness caused by ignorance. Aham ajnanajam tamaha, Krishna says in, is that 10th chapter? 10th chapter, 12th verse. Krishna says, Aham ajnanajam tamaha. Ajnanaja, from agyan, from ignorance, ja means to take birth. From ignorance who takes birth? Ajnanajam tamaha, darkness. Darkness comes from ignorance. But of course in that verse Lord says, I very kindly, Jnana Deepena Bhashvata, I deep, the light, I lit the lamp I lit or light. I light the lamp in the heart of seeker of the truth. And as soon as lamp is lit, immediately, instantly, not after 3 minutes or something, or 3 hours or no, right there. Everything exists, Lord exists, of course, your Lord exists. As soon as there is a knowledge in mode of goodness or even beyond mode of goodness, that knowledge, immediately everything is visible. You could see him, could meet him, shake hands with him, sit down and dine. Dining, no whining, but dining with him. And Prabhupada says he could join the dancing party of Radha and Krishna. He's very much there. So this ignorance business keeps everyone in total darkness, and or they just, he doesn't exist. They kill him, scientists, they kill him, and then enjoy. He doesn't exist. Okay, so purport. The knowledge of the common man is always in mode of darkness or ignorance, because every living entity in the conditional life is born into mode of ignorance. One who does not develop knowledge through the authentic authorities or scriptural injunctions has knowledge that is limited to the body. He is not concerned. Ya Shastra Vidhi Mutsrajya Vartate Kamakaratah, Lord says. People, Shastra Vidhi, the process recommended in the Shastras, Vidhi Mutsrajya, kicking that out, keeping that aside. People, Kamakaratah. Lust is giving them boost, inspiration, and then they act. And such person, they never become happy. Na sukham, na param gati, they never attain the final destination. And what else? There are 3 things. Na sukham, param gati,
No perfection, no happiness, no
न सिद्धि न सिद्धि अवाप्नोति न सुखम न पराम गति. They never attain perfection or the happiness and final destination if they keep acting, but Shastra Vidhi, the process recommended in Shastras, they don't follow, they ignore that. They ignore all authorities, authoritative knowledge, recommendations. Okay, for him God is money, sweeter than honey. It's not here, but God is money, and knowledge means the satisfaction of bodily demands. Such knowledge has no connection with the absolute truth. It is more or less like the knowledge of ordinary animals. Knowledge of eating, sleeping, defending, and mating. Such knowledge is described here as product of mode of darkness. So what is the use? We have universities and this and that, but the factories and all that we end up doing is eating, sleeping, mating, and defending, which animals are managing very nicely without any parliament or all this high education and whatnot. Huh? They're eating very nicely, very healthy, very little sickness also. Huh? And in most sickness human beings have, I just read somewhere that the fish could have only 8 different kinds of diseases, not more than 8. The human beings, how many? 800,000. And every day number is multiplying. Huh? No other species have so many kinds of sicknesses. And then they don't have any doctors, and we have medicines, and we have all these medical stores and intense care unit and ICU and ambulances and all this is going on. So knowledge of medicine, knowledge of engineering and this and that and the law of the land they study and for defense and for killing others, and so much knowledge how to produce the bullets. There are enough. Each person could get 2 bullets each. Those many bullets exist on the planet. So human beings have created all this machinery. So all their knowledge about eating knowledge, sleeping knowledge, sex knowledge, defense knowledge. But everyone else besides the human beings, that is what they do, and they're without acquiring any knowledge. Going to any university there, eating, sleeping is going on nicely. So what's the use of this? This is not knowledge. So this is knowledge in mode of ignorance. Okay. Knowledge producing many theories and doctrines. In other words, Prabhupada is concluding this section with just few sentences to go. This is a summary. In other words, knowledge concerning the spirit soul beyond the body, beyond this body, is knowledge in mode of goodness, knowledge of producing many theories and doctrines by dint of mundane logic and the mental speculation is product of mode of passion, and knowledge concerning only with keeping the body comfortable is to be in mode of, said to be in mode of ignorance. End of the purport. Dari Gaur Premanande. Okay?